Right, so get this. We're going deep into the lore around Drakka today.
Oh, yeah.
And listen to this. We've got tales of crazy heists.
Heists.
Yeah. In a city where, like, the wild's kind of just part of everything. Forbidden romance and even run-ins with creatures straight out of myth.
Wow.
Yeah, so get ready for some serious action and tragedy, because this story's got it all.
You know what really grabs me right away? It's got to be Feywild itself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Feywild, it's a city. But picture it. Ancient trees all mixed up with cobblestone streets.
Right.
Magic isn't just some story there. It's like woven into life.
I see.
This creates that atmosphere where you can't really tell what's mundane and what's supernatural.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's where our story starts.
Okay, so let's set the scene. We've got this rogue Drakka Stoneheart.
Drakka Stoneheart.
Yeah, his name, it's whispered all over Feywild. People are afraid of him, but some admire him too.
I bet.
He leads this band of thieves, pulling off these incredibly elaborate heists. It's like even the city guard is left scratching their heads, wondering how he does it.
They can't catch him.
Nope. I can practically see the citizens just shaking their heads like, how did he do that?
Yeah, it's that classic rogue, right? That cunningness, the audacity disappearing into thin air. Exactly. Characters like Drakka, they really get us going, don't they?
Yeah.
That love of mystery, admiring someone who operates outside the rules.
And yet Drakka's more than just a thief.
Oh, really?
Our sources describe him falling head over heels for Alara,
Alara.
a high elf scholar. She's like just as comfortable reading ancient texts as she is navigating the city's alleys.
Interesting.
It's a cool contrast. The rogue drawn to knowledge, the scholar captivated by the shadows.
Sounds like a dangerous mix.
Yeah, it really does. It's a relationship with a lot of danger.
Right.
He's living this double life,
Uh-huh.
and the more he falls for Alara, the harder it's going to be to keep his two worlds separate.
You can almost feel it, right?
Totally.
Like any minute, his two worlds could collide.
And they do that.
Ugh.
During one of Drakka's heists, things go south.
What happens?
One of his crew members, who's known for being impulsive, discovers Alara.
Oh.
And this just sets off a whole chain of events, a crazy fight that forces Drakka to make an impossible choice.
This is where it gets really interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Goes from escapades to loyalty and consequence.
You know, think about it. You, the listener, you're probably pretty skilled at dealing with danger.
Right.
What would you do if someone you loved was threatened while you were trying to protect your crew?
It's a tough one.
These are the moments that define a character.
Exactly.
Our sources describe this fight, the clashing of steel, the desperation in Drakka's movements.
So he's protecting Alara.
Yeah, but he survives. But the cost is unimaginable.
It's like a classic tragedy. It's not just the villain or fate that brings suffering.
Right.
It's the hero's choices, the unintended consequences.
As we think.
And for Drakka, this event changes him, completely sends him down a much darker path.
He becomes Stoneheart.
Stone.
It's like this loss shuts him off, hardens him to the world. And this transformation becomes even more, and we learn about his past. Another encounter with a dire bear.
Another one.
But this time he was just a boy, like 11 years old, and he watched his mother sacrifice herself to save him.
Oh, wow, from the same creature.
Yeah.
Imagine that, experiencing something so awful at such a young age,
Right.
and then facing a similar loss, but this time because of his own actions.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It makes you wonder, was Stoneheart always there under the surface, just waiting to come out?
It's a chilling thought, but before we get too lost in Drakka's story,
Okay.
let's shift gears to you, the listener.
All right.
Picture yourself as a wood elf, nimble and in tune with the forest.
Yeah.
You're moving through a really dense part of the woods,
Okay.
and suddenly you hear something that makes you stop in your tracks.
What is it?
Soft whimpers, like something's desperate.
The forest can be so beautiful, but so dangerous. So many secrets, ancient magic creatures that are amazing and terrifying.
Yeah, you as a wood elf, you get that duality better than anyone.
Right.
But these whimpers, they sound like something vulnerable, something that needs protecting.
Oh.
Push aside some ferns, and they're nestled among the roots of a giant oak. You see two Cù-sith cubs.
Cù-sith cubs.
Yeah, now if you don't know what a Cù-sith is,
Okay.
picture a big spectral hound with moss-colored fur and eyes that just burn with otherworldly light.
Wow.
They're powerful guardians connected to the spirit world.
So why are the cubs alone?
That's the thing. They're clearly in danger.
Cù-sith are fiercely protective. Their bonds are unbreakable.
Exactly.
So where's their mother? What could threaten something so powerful?
Well, the answer comes in the form of a massive dire bear.
A dire bear.
Yeah, fur as black as midnight eyes, burning with primal fury.
Sounds scary.
You've heard the stories, right? Their strength and ferocity are unmatched in the forest.
Yeah.
And this one, it's got its sights set on those helpless cubs.
Oh, no. So this is where your instincts kick in, right?
Yeah.
Years of living in the forest, they got to be telling you something.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just go head-to-head with a dire bear.
No way.
But those cubs,
Right.
they're like a balance to Feywild, you know.
Yeah.
The Cù-sith, they're guardians, protectors against the shadows.
Against the shadows.
Yeah, to lose even one,
It would be bad.
it would be a blow to the forest itself.
So what do you do?
Well, you got to act fast.
Of course.
Not with force, though.
Right.
You got to use your agility, your cunning, like a true wood elf.
I like it.
Weave between the trees, get the bear's attention.
Create a distraction.
Exactly. And you know what our sources say?
What?
They say you even land a blow with your blade.
No way.
A glancing blow? Yeah, but still on an old scar on its flank.
That's skill.
Talk about bravery.
Seriously.
But it also shows you how fierce that dire bear is.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't some dumb beast.
Right.
It's survived who knows how many battles. Those scars are proof, and right now it's driven by hunger.
Yeah.
And that primal need to protect its territory.
It's a tough fight, huh?
Desperate, really, like a dance with death.
You're trying to buy time for that other cub to escape?
Yeah, darting between its legs, looking for any opening.
But then
What?
tragedy strikes.
Oh, no.
The bear lunges its paw, pins one of the cubs down.
That's awful.
Brutal. It really shows you the raw power of nature.
This is Feywild, though, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful, but always a struggle.
Survival's never guaranteed.
Nope. Even the best, the most in tune with the forest,
They could still lose.
face impossible odds.
And that's what happens to you, the listener.
Yeah.
You fought bravely, but the bear turns on you. Its claws lash out. You feel this searing pain as one catches you on your side.
Knocks you off your feet.
The sources describe your senses going haywire,
Overwhelmed.
vision blurring. You can't even tell what's real and what's the spirit world anymore.
The forest is closing in.
And then this sound cuts through everything.
What is it?
It starts low, almost a growl, but then it becomes this mournful howl.
Wow.
It shakes the whole forest.
Wow.
Even the shadows pull back.
What is it?
The mother Cù-sith.
She's here.
Yeah, she emerges radiating power. Even the dire bear stops.
Imagine this, listener.
Okay.
You're fading in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Your world is just pain and that echo of the howl, but you don't hear the second howl.
There's another one.
Yeah, a sonic attack.
Wow.
So powerful it could shatter stone.
Really?
And that bear, it's stunned by the first howl.
Nah.
It hesitates its instincts, fighting with this ancient fear.
It knows it can't win.
That Cù-sith,
Yeah.
she's something else, a power beyond this world.
The bear knows to respect that.
Absolutely.
You collapse, though.
Yeah.
Your injuries take over. The world goes dark, but...
You're spared.
Ow.
The mother Cù-sith, she unleashes that final howl.
Oh, wow.
Fury and protection meant to eliminate any threat to her and her cub.
And the bear
The bear.
goes down.
A testament to the Cù-sith. Their raw power.
So what happens next?
You wake up,
I do.
the forest is quiet, the battle's over.
Just the sounds of the forest?
Wrestling leaves the whimpers of the cub.
The cub survived.
Yeah, the mother's watching over you. Her eyes aren't burning like before.
Like she's not angry anymore.
Yeah, and look at her feet.
What is it?
Your dagger.
My dagger.
Stained with the bear's blood.
She brought it back to me.
She did. It's powerful, right?
It is.
She's not just giving back your weapon.
What's she doing?
She's acknowledging you.
Acknowledging.
Your bravery, fighting alongside her to protect what matters.
Wow.
In that moment, a bond forms.
A bond.
Not through words.
But through.
A shared danger, the language of the wild.
I can see it.
And look, the cub, it's peeking out from behind its mother.
Oh,
Curious but cautious.
it's safe now.
It is. You sit up, slowly meet the mother's gaze, and you feel it.
Feel what?
That connection.
With the Cù-sith.
Yeah, an understanding beyond words.
This is the magic of Feywild, isn't it?
It is. The interconnectedness of everything.
You went in alone,
But you came out changed.
connected to a creature of myth.
A protector whose loyalty is as fierce as the wild itself.
It's amazing, but you know what? It makes me think about something.
What's that?
You, a skilled wood elf, you almost died facing that bear.
Right.
But Drakka, as a boy, he survived a similar encounter.
Maybe there's more to his story.
What do you mean?
We know he was raised by wood elves.
Yeah, known for their connection to the forest.
Exactly, but maybe there's something more.
Like what?
A hidden strength.
I see.
Some ability that woke up during that fight for survival.
That makes sense, especially in Feywild,
where the lines are always blurred.
Maybe that's the key to Stoneheart.
Maybe it's what started him down that path.
We can't know for sure yet.
Not yet, but as we dig deeper into the lore,
Yeah.
maybe we'll find the truth for now.
For now,
We can only guess piecing together his story.
looking for the moments that shaped him.
The choices that led him to the shadows.
Feywild. It's been quite a journey.
Full of twists and turns.
Drakka's story. It really makes you think about choices.
The consequences.
Right. In a world where good and bad aren't always so clear.
Exactly. And we have your story too, listener.
Right.
A skilled wood elf choosing to protect.
Fighting alongside a creature of myth.
It makes you wonder, are these stories just coincidence? Or something bigger connecting them?
Like fate.
Maybe it's as if Feywild itself is testing us.
Pushing us to be courageous and compassionate.
And in a city full of magic.
Anything's possible.
That's for sure. But going back to Drakka,
Okay.
we've talked about Stoneheart, the shell he built.
After so much loss,
Can someone like that be redeemed?
it's a tough question.
Redemption, it's complicated.
It is.
You have to face your past, admit the pain,
Right.
and try to heal.
Do you think Drakka can do that?
We don't know yet.
No.
But in a world where magic is everywhere,
Yeah.
even the hardest heart can change.
You think our paths might cross again, listener?
You with the Cù-sith by your side.
And him lost in the shadows.
It could change everything in Feywild.
For better or worse.
Think about it. Could you be the one to bring back the good in Drakka?
With the Cù-sith's help.
Or will your encounter just create more conflict?
More pain.
These are the questions that keep us coming back.
Wanting to know more about Feywild and its secrets.
We might never have all the answers.
But the search is part of the magic.
Remember, Feywild, it's not just a place.
It's a reflection of us.
Our struggles, our choices,
Drakka's story, your story,
they show us that even in darkness,
there's always hope.
a chance to change our story.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive.
Into Drakka and the mysteries of Feywild,
We only scratched the surface.
a glimpse into a bigger world.
Full of magic, danger, and possibilities.
So, listener, as you go on your own journey,
Remember to stay open to the wonders out there.